Welcome to Dr. Jester Rant, and I'm gonna rant about this from the Blaze and eventually the Time. Deaf and blind, Hellen Keller belittled as just another privileged white person in Time magazine. Lion, the Lion Cruise, Ted, the Lion Cruise article, blasts article. This is insane. You know what, I have to agree. Look, I may disagree with a lot of the things that she eventually defended, or supported, or said. 1 second. I'm gonna need coffee to go through this. It's too much stupid. Look, like I said, I can disagree with a lot of what she said, defended, or even made. But I'm not going to cancel her, I'm not even going to deny the good that she actually did. I'm not even going to deny what she achieved in life. Because doing so is not only extremely retarded, but utterly retarded. So double retarded. So it's not only one retarded, but it's double retarded if you're going to do that. Either way, let's get back to the article, shall we? Hellen Keller was severely impaired by an undiagnosed illness that caused her to go blind and deaf at the age of 19 months old. Shit. Despite her debilitating disabilities and the lack of resources available at the time, Keller would go on to become a champion of the deaf and blind by fundraising, mind you, retarded too, millions of dollars for those who are disabled. She became a successful writer, publishing 12 books. Shit! I can't even get one book out of my imagination. That's how little attention span I have. And would go around the country raising awareness of the plight of the disabled and the fight for women's suffrage. Keller, who graduated from Radcliffe College, which is now Harvard University, co-founded the American Civil Liberties Union and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom and the highest civilian honor that an American can achieve. Despite all her achievements and accolades against all odds, Keller was declared to be just another privileged white person in a Time magazine article. My god, she was privileged. I mean, look, her privilege made her see things, made her listen to things. She was cured. Oh, the poor black person today, who has all that, does not have the privilege of being cured of blindness. This makes you think, is the person actually retarded? Well, yes, that person might actually be retarded. I mean, even more so than me. How can you be more retarded than me? You wonder. If that person is more retarded than me, so then that person is pretty retarded. You couldn't be more retarded than me without being actually very retarded. So, let's keep going. Oh, but before I go on, the ACLU may have been good back in those days, but in the last, 10 years? Give or take couple of years? They have been a bit of questionable organization as of late, mostly because they went woke and are now pretty much kind of like a Democrats' army, part of the Democrat army of bullies and things like that. But the article titled Co-founding the ACLU, Fighting for Labor Rights and Other Hellen Keller Accomplishments Students Don't Learn in School, highlighted Keller's many accomplishments, but also included a belittling denigration of Keller. Let's see what it says in this quote. However, to some black disabilities rights activists like Anita Cameron, Hellen Keller is not radical at all. Just another, despite disabilities, privileged white person. And yet another example of history telling the story of privileged white Americans. Did I do justice on her voice? Because I think I did, because that's exactly what these people sound like. The quote was said by Anita Cameron, a self-described fierce, black, autistic lesbian, and a member of the American Disabled for Attendant Programs today. What? That's a mouthful. American Disabled for Attendant Programs today. Disabled for Attendant. I think I might actually be really retarded because I do not understand what they are trying to tell me with the name of that organization. I mean, I can understand ACLU, I mean, American Civil Liberties Union, that makes sense, but this one, I don't think I can understand. American Disabled for Attendant Programs today. ADAPT? ADAPT, okay. Okay, so disabled Americans, but attendant programs today. What does that mean? Okay, I'm definitely retarded, and I'm definitely not going to dawdle on this, because apparently I might end up dawdling on that for quite some time, trying to understand what it's trying to tell me. According to her Twitter profile, which has a Black Disabled Lives Matter banner. So it has all the hallmarks of someone who will get the blue check mark on Twitter soon. You want me? Watch? Keep on watching that, but remember, don't go after these people, don't even look at them, don't talk to them, don't even stare at them. Remember, any disagreements with these people is considered harassment. Extreme and total utter harassment. Remember, they consider disagreement. If you go against the narrative, it is considered harassment. So don't even look, talk, or even see, or even do like this towards them. Do you understand? I'm making myself pretty clear. Alright, let's get back to the article. Shall we? Many commenters found the defaming of Keller to be outlandish. Well, that's an understatement. Mary Vaught, the executive director of Senate Conservatives Fund, said, "You've got to be kidding me. The woke mob is now going after Hellen Keller for being white." It didn't take long, did it? Never mind the advancements she worked to achieve for those with disabilities. End quote. Exactly. Look, like I said, I disagree with their communists' views and things of the socialists' shenanigans. Apparently, she also had some eugenist thing, but I do not know. I do not care to actually check. But I vehemently disagree with her socialist views. But even despite all of that, I can still praise her accomplishments as a person, as a disabled person who achieved much in trying to bring not only awareness but rights and other things to disabled people, blind, deaf people. She made astounding accomplishments, and I think she's a person that you should look up towards, look up to. I think that's the right word. Look up to, because she's an inspiration. She managed to achieve all of that and write 12 books despite being deaf and blind. She still managed to do all of that. Sorry. Oh, by the way, the weather is currently sticky, so you know, it's extra hot. If it wasn't for my underwear, my balls would be sticking between my legs, and I do not like that sensation at all. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? Senator Lion Ted Cruz, Republican Texas, retweeted vote and added, "This is insane. Woke leftists are now attacking Hellen Keller as just another, despite his abilities, privileged white person. There are many adjectives one can use to describe the extraordinary Hellen Keller. Privileged is not one of them." I have to agree with that. Definitely privileged is not and will never be one of them. But then again, you're dealing with the wokes, the woke retards. And now Donald Trump Jr. reacted by saying, "Holy SH asterisk asterisk. They are now canceling Hellen Keller for being white. You can't make this crap anymore. You can never be woke enough." Shit. Right, John Nolte astutely made this point. Hellen Keller didn't even know she was white. I have to agree with that one. I don't think she even knew anything about skin color. Who knew? And now let's go to the Time article. Apparently it got unloaded, but let's go there. So you know it's Time, as you can see here. Time. Right, let's read. This one is a precedent of the article here. Let's see. Some of the reasons schools don't teach much about Keller's adult life is because she was involved in groups that have been perceived as too radical throughout American history. She was a member of the Socialist Party and corresponded with Eugene Debs, the party's most prominent member and a 5-time presidential candidate. She also read Marx, and her association with all of these far-left groups landed her on the radar of the FBI, which monitored her ties to the Communist Party. Remember, communists are exactly like Nazis and neo-Nazis. They are a filthy little bastards who advocate for eugenics, for racism, for destruction of society and genocide and other things like that. So, you know. And they also support socialism, a system that has never ever, 100% never worked in the entire human history. But despite all that, like I said, I will never ever deny the accomplishments and the things Hellen Keller managed to achieve. Ever. In fact, I won't even praise her achievements while at the same time criticizing her problematic views in a few things like socialism. Let's read the older paragraph. However, to some black disabilities rights activists like Anita Cameron, Hellen Keller is not a radical at all. Just another, despite disabilities, privileged white person. And yet another example of history telling the story of privileged white Americans. Seriously, privileged white Americans? Are you shitting me? Critics of Hellen Keller cite her writings that reflected the popularity of now-dated eugenic theories and her friendship with one of the movement's supporters, Alexander Graham Bell. The American Foundation for the Blind archivist Helen Selsdon says Keller moved away from that position. Look, I don't give a shit. Even Alexander Graham Bell, who achieved a lot of things, may also said or done things that we all disagree at some point in our life or eventually disagree 100%. But that doesn't mean you can cancel the person and even ignore the achievements that this person achieved. Like Hellen Keller, like I said. Socialism sucks. I disagree vehemently against her views on socialism. It doesn't stop me from praising what she has achieved, and she has achieved a lot. She's a person that you should look up to. Anyway, with that being said, I think I conclude this video for For now, for today, who knows? The day's young, and I'm getting hungry. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because YouTube is being YouTube. And I cannot even talk about that problematic situation with a certain vaccine going on in a certain place. That is, that they don't want to apply to a certain demographic because a certain demographic is more prevalent at a certain age, and thus they want to do a certain thing to level the playing field. So I cannot talk about that, so fuck you, YouTube. But either way, don't forget to do all that, because I need it. Oh, and hit the notification bell button, because you want the notification when I get to upload a status about my ball sack. Oh, important thing, important of all. Good night.